very important. You know what I mean? In a career. You know what I mean? So this is a career, and this is music, and I do love it. And before we leave, we want to do something really, really nice for the people. Something great to remember. I don't want nobody to remember me like fucked up and shit. You know what I'm saying? In some fucking back alley or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you 100%, man. I understand that. One thing now, you mentioned Rock the Bells and the excitement that you had being part of that. Now, the past few months, things have seemed to be pretty good with Bone Thugs and Harmony, but there's still that uncertainty. Do you think that being able to come together, the five of you, and being able to see people you've influenced and being able to perform in front of a crowd like that, you think that kind of gave you guys a shot in the arm in terms of...
Well, I really don't think... I think the problem as we all sat down, because, you know, we all went to, you know what I mean, after the shows and shit, a couple of them, well, at least one of them for sure, we all sat down, you know, all four members. Flesh stayed home because he needed to get some rest. But the rest of the members sat down and said, okay, what the fuck should we do after this? You know, and everybody was just kind of, you know, trying to ponder on what the fuck we was going to do. So the plan is basically everybody get their passports on one super photo imposed copy so we can start sending it out. And then we all just going to get back on the road, get some road work done overseas, get the meshing and gelling back with each other, and put together a record that the people can love. My personal opinion is, when we gelling together, it's not just five members being alive or five members being there or their voices being there. I think when our hearts are into it like it was on that stage at Rock the Bells, and it stays that way to where it's not just a 2-day or 3-day or 4-day or 2-week thing, that's when they're going to get some of that original Buddha Level Bomb shit. You dig? You dig? That's what I think. I mean, that's just how I personally think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but everybody want to, you know what I'm saying, give it an opportunity and not just take off and fly away and say, oh, I'm done with that phase of my life. That'll always be something that's there. Everybody's going to try to create several different avenues and several different olive branches in order for that to work. You dig?
Now, there's been press releases and whatnot in terms of project coming out. Do you want to clear that up? That was supposed to come out relatively soon. It was supposed to be called The Art of War 3. I know there's some confusion to that. Is that coming out, or what's the deal with that album there that we've heard about?
Okay. Let me, hold on. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Here. Thank you, bro. Well, this is what happened. This cat, we signed a deal with this cat, okay, with this label. I'm not going to say anything as far as the name of the label because, you know, we just sent the paperwork in and the termination paperwork in today. So once that's all the way complete legally, then I can go further with that. I just don't want to talk about nothing that has anything legally going on. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah. Okay, so that's cool. So that's kind of, I guess, on hold or whatever, but that's to be determined. That's not set in stone, obviously. So
basically, to make it all cleared up, I just sent in the termination papers today on behalf of the members of the group that the deal was signed for.
Okay, so that's good. That's
but what I was told was a label called up to Game and said we were on the Celebration song and we weren't even on the song. Some lunatic motherfucker. Now we're all in the studio with Game, kicking it with my nigga, and then some asshole called and fuck shit up that done breached the motherfucking contract, and we just didn't clean our backyard by sending in proper paperwork. But don't quote me. That's off the record until it gets fixed. Let it get fixed and keep that off the record because I don't want to say nothing that, you know what I mean, mess anything up, but that's basically what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So
and it kind of messed up. It didn't mess it up, but if there was a chance for it to happen, it ain't no goddamn chance no more.
Mm.
So kind of messed up a good time. Does that make any sense?
Mm. So the remix with Game now, you guys got in the studio with Game on the remix of his track. Will that come out? What was the whole thing with that? And
Man, it was beautiful. You know, it's just like I've been in the studio with Game a time before, and just it was fun. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and you know, everything is everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can't get mad at that man. You know.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of where you guys are at, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, one of the big things that I think each one, as much as you guys disagreed about stuff, the one thing you agreed upon was that you guys didn't get the proper respect you deserve. As time has gone on and you look at Rock the Bells and you look at some of these young guys, do you think that's finally starting to happen?
Repeat the question one more time.
Well, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, you guys have disagreed on a lot of things, but one thing you guys have always agreed on, no matter what, has been the amount of respect you've been given from the industry, or lack thereof. Now, as time gone on, you look at Rock the Bells, and you look at some of these young cats paying homage. Do you think you guys are finally starting to get that respect from the industry?
I mean, I think that it's at a point to where it's obvious that the name has been avoided when you put impacts as far as in the industry or as far as in the shift in the flow of what's hot and what's not. It's kind of obviously tucked away. For some odd reason, I don't know why. It's like Bone Thugs and Harmony is like hip-hop's best kept secret.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as you get older, you look at it in the proper way and don't never look at it in no bitter-ass way.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to defeat that shit. As far as respect is earned. And sometimes it takes death. Sometimes it takes money. Sometimes it takes longevity and wherewith. And sometimes it takes all the above.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how hip-hop is. That's how life is. So when you start dealing with life, man, as a man and shit, then, you know what I mean? It just all makes sense now. And it made sense then. We just couldn't verbalize it. But that's why niggas ain't all drugged the fuck out and snorting coke and all that other dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is safe. Niggas is secure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without, you know what I mean, falling off into the traps. That's why a nigga can throw the bottle away. You know what I'm saying? That's why a nigga can put the motherfucking weed down for 4.5 years like I did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to do shit like that as a man, as a human being, as an adult. You know what I mean? So that's where we at with it right now, man. You know, mentally, as far as me personally, I have a great attitude towards everything, and I've been in the studio ripping shit, pimping.
Mm-hmm. Now, and that's a good segue in terms of, you know, you're talking about the Bone thing and kind of slowly figuring out how you guys are going to work that out. But, I mean, your solo career obviously is at the forefront as well. What can fans expect in terms of what's coming for you, what you've been doing, what's coming, that kind of stuff?
I'm going to tell you, what they can really expect is just a lot of fun. I think they know who I am now. I think they understand my spirituality. So don't take nothing that I say on face value. It's something that they can think about, so they won't be so quick to judge me. They know what I love. They know the spiritual journey. They got all of that. Now, it's really just about having fun, putting out great music that people want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And having that energy around people to where it isn't as if I got to always play my music. It's like being able to hear other people's shit and enjoy their shit, too, because we all party in here. You know what I mean? So it's like a togetherness, man, right now, man. So everywhere I go and anybody that I'm around, I try to touch with that. You know, it's no dreary, cloudy shit around me. Not in my music or anything. Everything is bright and happy, and because niggas is happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the kids are eating, you're in shape, you're healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you smoking weed. Oh, come on, man. Man, come on. You already know what we doing over here.
Now, if you had to, is there a plan you have right now, solo career-wise, that fans can look forward to in terms of label, solo album?
I mean, I just sent in my termination papers today, so I am legally and contractually not binded to anybody at this point. I had a wonderful deal on the table, but like I said, that's not to be discussed until all things are final, and they'll probably have a privacy clause in there. So anyway, so I mean, that's it, man. And my plan is just start firing off with shit. You know what I mean? Just start putting things out there for people to hear and for people to enjoy. Even if I got to put out a hot-ass record and just get that shit away. Whatever it takes, you know what I mean, to really just let people hear it and fucking enjoy it. That's what it's all about, so motherfuckers can get it. So the only thing is having the proper channels and the proper funneling system to funnel music that's recorded at this beautiful, happy-ass time that I'm in. But I won't let it get to the point to where if the music doesn't come out, then I'm going to stop being happy, energetic, and keep flowing. So that's just my whole attitude towards it. You know, keep doing things and just keep things going and, you know, strive for excellence and keep them kids fed, man, and keep going, man. That's what it's about right now. It's beautiful, man, when you get up and breathe that fresh air. You know?
Yes, sir. Now, I've heard something about a book. Is that something that you've authorized? Do you have a book coming out?
I mean, yes, definitely. It's actually taking on a life of its own right now. You know, I'm all about marketing and promoting, and my biggest fear is putting out something beautiful and it not being marketed and promoted properly. I've been in that position before numerous amount of times, and, you know, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I think with marketing and promoted and an honest push, if a company is behind the product, you can do more than if you didn't. So if you know what I mean, if you're selling a couple of 100,000 copies and you did virtually nothing to do it, imagine if you put work into it. So, you know, when I do these things, I just worry about the marketing and the promotion, but I mean, we got the magazines are backing us up. People magazine came on the table. We got a couple of news stations out in Los Angeles, but I just want it to be more. I want it to be further. I want to, you know, get in touch with Chelsea and a few different other things. Wendy Williams, she owes me an interview. You know, she clowned me on an interview in New York, called me a drug addict and all these other things. Now she got everything cleaned up and all that cool stuff, and I want to be a part of that too. She, you know, she can be loved too. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. We can squash beef too. That'd be wonderful for us to do that, but that's neither here nor there at this point. She's not a shock jock anymore. She on some Oprah shit. I respect her gangster. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I wanted the book happen and so on and so forth and that kind of promotion. But, you know, that's the only thing that's going to get me enthusiastic. So I'm pushing the company and pushing the writer and everybody, you know, you're going to have to come up with more than just a couple of, you know, interviews and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff that if we're going to do double XL, you're going to have to make sure we can secure that covering. Because the book's supposed to be that goddamn serious. By a little kid kidnapped and, you know, all that other stuff, making it in the music industry, and Eazy-E dying and all that good stuff, you know, with the Bone Thug crew in there, the war stories, the things we did as kids. I mean, the book is fucking insane. It's beautiful. It's a great book because it talks about the shit that the people and the fans don't really know about, like the hood stories. Like robbing motherfuckers and when CeCe got shot in the leg by Crazy Bone. And it's a fun-ass book. You know what I mean? Did you think it was going to be anything else?
No, absolutely not. You can't make it.
You know what I mean? So that's just where we are right now with everything that kind of like is going on with us right now, man. It's everything is like taking off for me, man. It's looking more beautiful and beautiful and beautiful. I got a great relationship with my mama again. You know what I mean? I'm building a personal relationship with the kids again. They all getting older now. They can start getting their own cribs and no drama, no mayhem, you know. It's just getting to where it needs to be, you know. Another child had surgery and is doing all good right now, and you know what I mean? And, you know, the kids is growing, you know, the best that they can. We got a few more things we need to clear up and a few more things that we gon' clear up. You know, just all in due time, and I'm just on a good energy. Just not tripping, not unhappy when I get caught.